Hey. ¿Qué, Ernesto? ¿Mande? ¿Si te puedo dar un reite? Sí, métanse.
Post J. Who I'm staying with this week, and then I'm really sad. Really sad. She's with me today.
Welcome. And I'll introduce Larry Robinson, who is our speaker today.
Thank you. So that's it. It's such a early morning. I'm glad to see this many people here. And kind of you all. Rod, March 16th is a special day for you. What do you have to do?
This starts the last year of user.
Oye, apenas si te da la hoja.
User.
Dice, ¿está en la ventana? Cerrada la. Sí.
It's a contract.
Then what he becomes?
He becomes a patriarch.
Es porque luego me traigo a una señora. ¿Y no te enfada? Pues sí me enfado. ¿Y no le has dicho que no? Oh, de traerla. No,
We have, what is that? First, your,
¿Cómo que me voy a enfadar por traerla? No, me enfado ya de estar aquí todo el
women don't
día.
get to do this.
Cuando venga.
Here's how it goes. Men, when they get into their 60s are proto geezers, in their 70s are geezers, in their 80s are codgers, and then if they get to 90s, they're patriarchs. Women are mysterious and magnificent and marvelous. And they get more so as time goes by.
Thank you. Happy birthday. You see, Mark Campbell has a birthday coming up here too. And Jim Hale. He's not here today, right? Okay. He's been with us for 7 years. And yeah. And I wish he was here this morning. Okay, Charlie took a gorgeous picture here. Could you tell us about this, Charlie?
Yeah, so that was taken right next to the big bridge on the Laguna Regatta Trail. And as I was set up waiting, I had to move patience, which is not something I'm really good at. Wait for the sun to come up, and Larry Robinson walked by and said, "Oh, what are you photographing there?" And I said, "Well, I'm trying to find a pattern of order and it follow the chaos." And oh, that sounds my wife. So anyway, I like the scene. Order and chaos is hard to do, so I was really glad. Thank you, Sean.
It is gorgeous. And this Saturday, all going well, we will be out watching some whales. So that'll be a lot of fun. Thank you, David.
Yeah, if anybody else wants in, we're now at 25, I believe, but we got room for more.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And Brian, would you care to say a few words here? You're having a celebration of life of your father-in-law, I see.
Yeah, so you might know that a lot of you are engaged. Anyway, Stan, and we lived with us for 6 years, and he lived with us all the way in. My wife was the saints and taking care of him, and he made it super easy. About a year ago, not fortunately, he was great. I would go out with him all the time. And even my wife wouldn't always want to go out with me, but he always would, so we hit the town a lot. And about a year ago, we went to First Friday in the grand old time, and he got a stroke like the next morning. So I'm not blaming on First Friday, I'm blaming this. That's the last good time, so this whole last year, but pretty rough. We have a cell, we passed away a month ago, and we have a celebration light in the barn. We don't have visitors to the barn very often in the lane, but it's been really nice. We converted it and cleaned up the barn, some nice theaters, working. A little celebration line. He's had a lot of friends up here, like I can't believe it, yeah, that short amount of time. So anyway, this time with you, thanks.
Thank you, and this is a lovely, lovely flyer that you put out. Yeah.
3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 to 5 on Saturday, 25th. And yeah, so I know that our members would enjoy coming and celebrating. Thank you. Okay, we have the film festival, of course, coming up on March 16th. That's right now, isn't it? Practically. Okay, great. And then the virtual film festival on the 20th, starting the 20th. And that's over here at the Art Center. Is there anyone here? I know Michael's always promoting this one for us, but if I'm sorry, he's home with COVID. So he's not, is he on Zoom there? No, he's not even there. Okay, well, we've talked about this in the past and looking forward to the film festival, Sebastopol Film Festival. And somebody else here is going to be having a birthday, and Barney's throwing a party. Gus is coming up on the, I believe his birthday's on the 30th, but it's going to be big 90. Whoa. So we'll get the flyers out to you, and that's rather exciting. So she's doing this on a Thursday, and then what? That's his real birthday date. Okay, so we're doing it on his actual birthday. There's going to be another celebration coming up right after his daughter's, so he's getting a double party this year. Whoa. Okay, and on Saturday, April 1st, a Fool's Day, it's District Training Assembly. And that's where we learn all the nuts and bolts of how Rotary works. And I recommend everybody who can go, please do. I'm going to be going. It's a little bit in conflict with Gus's second 90th birthday party on that this very day, April Fool's Day again. But I think that I'll be able to make it up to Ukiah, come back and spend a couple of hours with Gus as well in Santa Rosa on the way home, since the district training assembly gets out around 2:15. I might cut out a little early. So anybody who's planning to go, are welcome to come with me. Thanks. But yeah, this is going to be party time all the way through. And I wanted, let's see, there's one thing we need to do here. Thinking of timing. I have a sandwich here for sale. And it's only $100. So Joe, would you come on up and auction this off? If we get more, it won't be bad. I mean, we won't turn it down. This is for a good cause.
All right. Should we handle it?
Yeah, it's hermetically sealed, as you said.
Allow me.
Yeah,
Work.
yeah.
All right, so last week, Jim's Blum was up there, and he spoke about what the great stuff he does to help the local homeless population, with tents, et cetera, et cetera. And there's another push for some additional monies. They're almost there. They're about $100 short of their goal. And I guess he makes a world-renowned sandwich. Is that true?
Yeah.
And you bought one.
Yeah.
You're gonna have that, so you know what you're having for lunch today. And the good news is there's another one. And it's, I'm sure it's worth every penny of the $100 that we need for this. So you don't have to stop at 100, but we should probably start at 100. Do I have any bidders? $100 for the sandwich? For a great cause. Did you say yes, Mark? But this is the kind of first person who speaks. Mark, you'll share this with all of them. All right.
Oliver's bid.
Did you hear that? Brian said he'll split it with you. So that'd be $50 a piece. No, we're gonna start at 50. Let's start the bidding in at $50. $50, okay. We got $50 from Lori. Do I hear $60 from anybody? We're at 50? I need 60. 50, I need 60. How about 55? $5 more. What the heck? We have it? Oh, thank you. 60? Perfect, perfect. All right, let's get to 75. I'm sure we're gonna get to that 175. We got 60. Let's go to 75. 60, 75, come on, 75. 75, oh, there's 75 over there. Thank you, Terry. Let's see what we can get to that magic 100. $100 for this sandwich. It's worth every time you put it down, buddy. I'm a little bit too much. $100. Thank you, Michael. We got $100. We get roll. We dare to roll it? I got 100. Do I get 110? Do I hear 110? I got 110. 100 going once, twice. So, thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. That's terrific. Okay, boy. Here we go. Oh, yeah, and there's April 7th, the golf tournament coming up. So, boy, this club's just got a lot going on. We've got looks like everybody's just ready to get out and have a good time. Do we have any announcements?
I just want to announce that I don't know if the 24th is the fireside chat at my house from the membership committee.
All right, there we go. Just a little recap, because some people weren't here. I'm gonna read through the names of the folks who contributed so that Sarah would be able to go on her trip at the end of the year, and you've got some pins ready to hand out. So the people who contributed that we called out before, Diana Curtis. Then she gets her bid. And Kathy is contributing today. Kathy, thank you very much. And did Michael Phelps jump up and run away? Ah, there you are. Michael Phelps. And Brian Purcell, who took us from where we were to where we wanted to be. Brian Purcell. Okay, and the other contributors were, I'm just going to read whether Bob Keyser, Dan Needham, Diana Curtis, Lori Darling, Jerry Medlum, Brian Purcell, Patrick, or PJ, Michael Phelps, Marnie, Michael McLaughlin, Bill Summer, Ron McCauley, and Jim Goodenough, and Linda Sinkay. Those were the folks that made travel possible for our beloved ceremony.
Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot. I'm super excited to go on this trip with all the relationships. It's going to be really great. Yeah, so thank you so much. It really means a lot.
And thank you, Sarah. It's been a delight to have you here, and hopefully hopefully you can send us pictures while you're out and about too. We can do that this summer. Thank you so much. Any more announcements?
Yo, as you know, every month on the third Saturday, we do a community work project. And it rotates between picking up High School Road and doing the traffic triangle cleanups and working on the post office. This month it was going to be the traffic triangle. However, there has been an announcement that they're looking to redo the front of the senior center. And so we just, and I looked at the traffic triangle, it's in pretty decent shape. So instead of going to the traffic triangle at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, we're going to be going to the senior center. So if you had staked out time this coming Saturday to work on the traffic triangle, it's just a different location. So thank you.
Okay, good. I'll get that changed on our coming events. Hey, any more announcements? Yes, sir.
This Saturday, 18.
9 o'clock.
Do we have anyone who is thankful and with a thankful and gratitude today? No gratitude today. Okay, that's all right. We've been doing well. I'm always grateful for this group. They have just mean a lot to me. You all do. Thank you. Okay, so we have upcoming, quite a list. The Sebastopol Documentary Film Festival, 16th through the 19th. We are going to beautify the senior center, I guess, on the 18th now. We're also, some of us going to go whale watching if the weather is cooperative. We have a board meeting on Monday the 20th. All are invited if you want to join with that and come and see what the board is up to. It's on Zoom. Then we have volunteering at the Redwood Empire Food Bank on Wednesday that we do once a month, which really is actually quite a lot of fun and interesting, helping the needy, helping people who don't have what we have. And there is, Dan, what did you say the percentage of people in this county that use the food bank? How many are there?
About 1/6, serving about 120,000 people right now.
Wow. Yeah, so show up and help us out. You can pack avocados or carrots or whatever they happen to have that day. There's going to be the fireside chat 5:30 at Marty's house. And that is so our new members can get rid of their ribbons and become, full members. Yeah, great. And that Kathy leads that up with the membership. She gets that set up with Marty. So we'll be doing that. And then let's see, what else do we have? Oh, there's the Brian's father, the celebration of his father-in-law's life. Then the first on the day of his birth, 90 years ago, Gus came to this world. I'm so glad he's here 9 years later. That's wonderful. And then we have on district training assembly. I'm planning on going to that. Anybody who wants to ride with me, like I said, I may cut out a little early because from 2 to 6, we're having another party for Marty. His granddaughter is giving a party for him at the Moonlight Brewing there in Santa Rosa, and that's another celebration for him. So this club has a lot going on right now, and it's all fun and looking forward to it. Then next week we have Steve Levenberg and Patricia Egan for Ukrainian Family Update. That will be very interesting. And today Larry Robinson is here. and be mindful of what you think. This is going to be interesting. Come on up.
Okay, well, you've never heard me say our presenter today needs no introduction, but today it's pretty close to the truth. Probably most of you know Larry Robinson. He's lived in Sebastopol for just shy of half a century. He was on the city council for 12 years. He was mayor twice. He is a retired psychotherapist. And that's all I'm saying. So Larry, here you go. Thank you for everything.
Few notes to help myself be mindful. So actually, what I really want to talk about is virtual reality versus reality and how to know the difference. But before we get to that, mindfulness. Mindfulness is actually how we get to the place of knowing the difference between reality and virtual reality. So mindfulness practice is something that's become one of the current fads in business management training, in psychology and medicine, and in fact, many medical schools, including Johns Hopkins and Harvard and UC San Francisco, include mindfulness training as core curriculum for their medical training physicians. And essentially what it is mind training your mind to pay attention to what is actually present. And the benefits from that are, in the medical field, there's been so many studies that show the benefits in terms of treating conditions like insomnia, anxiety, depression, and all kinds of stress-related conditions. And I want to give you a little sample of what that's like in a little bit. But all of us have stress in our lives. And these days, we have both stressors that are coming from outside the world and the stressors that are coming from our own thoughts and feelings and history. And that can compromise our immune systems and our general sense of well-being. So the practice of mindfulness is a tool for boosting our immune system, our health, our social health, and just our general well-being. You know, we've also been fed this myth of the value of multitasking. I want to say that is BS, because we never really multitask. When we think we're doing all these things at the same time, what the mind is actually doing is switching back and forth very quickly, rather than doing several things simultaneously. And it's been kind of a cultural meme that highly effective people can multitask, and that's nonsense, because switching back and forth is actually very inefficient. If you can learn to focus on one thing at a time, and when you're switching to do something else, to know that that's what you're actually doing, you're really becoming much more efficient. And whatever you're actually doing with your full attention is going to be much more effective, and it's going to be much more enjoyable. So here's the virtual reality piece. Most of us, most of the time, are not really living in reality. Our experience of the world is filtered through the stories we tell about our experience, and we're not experiencing the world directly. We have our judgments about what this person means when they're speaking to us. We have our judgments about whether this is good, whether this is bad, whether I want it, whether I don't want it. And all of our history, our personal history, our family history, contributes to this internal narrative that we have going. So for the most part, we are responding not to the world as it is, and not to each other as we are, but to our stories, our narrative about that. And what mindfulness can do is let us see the stories that we're telling ourselves. And when we can see the stories we're telling ourselves, we can tell the difference between that and what's really happening. And then you subtract out the story. Then you can be in direct experience with what is. And when I first met Charlie, I was walking the Joe Rodota Trail where he took that incredible photo. Since the beginning of the pandemic, I used to go to Coach's Corner every morning and see Jim and Brian and many other people. That was, a big part of my social life. But when Coach's Corner shut down for the pandemic, I started walking the Joe Rodota Trail every morning to watch the sunrise. And every morning I would take a photo of the sunrise and post it on Facebook. Now I see Marty and Oliver out there pretty much every morning. But that experience for me of walking slowly and day after day, season after season, noticing the subtle changes in the light, the subtle changes in the smell from the plants and trees, the subtle differences in the sounds from the birds and the wind, and of course the floods and the frost, all that has been one of the most life-enhancing experiences that I can remember. I used to ride my bike pretty much everywhere in town. I do my shopping right down to Fruitcrest, with my saddlebags, do my shopping. But then I started walking the Joe Rodota Trail, and I realized I need to be in a hurry. I can get to Fruitcrest from my house in 5 minutes on the bike, but I can also do it in 10 minutes walking. So I can now just put on a backpack. And when I'm walking, I'm not putting down bicycle. I know Brian's still here, or Bill, but slowing down and noticing each step has been an incredibly enriching practice for me. And one mindfulness practice actually is a walking practice where you're noticing that you're lifting one foot and planting it, and as you're doing that, the other foot is lifting off, and you're noticing the shifting of weight in your body. And something I want to recommend, not for this moment, but something you might want to try at some point. And noticing just whatever is around you and whatever is going on inside brings you so much closer to your real life than all the stories that are going on all the time that most of the time, we don't even really recognize that that's what's happening. So, another topic I want to just touch into here is freedom. You know, in America, we like to think of ourselves as free. The word freedom is so popular in political circles. And the common understanding of freedom means I can do whatever I feel like doing. And I want to question this definition too, because doing whatever you feel like doing is actually obeying your impulses rather than actually choosing freely what you do. And in a way, that's doing whatever you feel like is more of a tyranny than somebody else trying to control your actions. Practicing mindfulness is really the key to living a free life. If you can just a few minutes a day, whether you're sitting or standing, you can get an increasing sense of what is dictating your behavior and your feelings and your choices. That gives you a greater range of freedom of choice if you know what it is that is activating your emotions. And practicing this is kind of like a I know some of you are musicians, and whatever instrument you play, you spend some time practicing scales. And you practice the scales so that when you're actually playing the piece or performing or playing with friends, the playing of the music comes easily and naturally. But practicing the scales gives you that fundamental facility with your craft. So practicing mindfulness when in a formal way, whether it's 5 minutes in the morning or 5 minutes at night or 30 minutes, whatever you choose to do, is like practicing the scales so that when you're out in the world, that mindfulness comes more and more naturally to you. So, how it actually works is it's so simple. It's a matter of paying attention to your breath, to your feelings, to your sensations in your body, your thoughts, and continuing to come back to one simple thing, such as your breath. So, would you like to give it a try and just get a sense of what it is? Okay, so let me suggest that you sit with your feet flat on the floor, as upright as you can, without being rigid, but your body be upright, comfortable, and soft, with your eyes gently closed, and let your body rock back and forth just a little bit until you come to a place where you're actually dead centered. And then let your head move slowly back and forth until you find a place that is a comfortable center. Then just settle down into that and let your breath exhale. Inhale and exhale. What we're going to do is, with each exhale, you're going to count to 1, And to count to five with each exhale. When you get to five, start. Your jaw is relaxing. Your belly is getting soft. Just exhale one. There you go. Well, on that note, then, let me conclude with just a short poem that I think kind of speaks to a common experience practicing mindfulness. There comes a time when you turn away from all those old stories, endlessly retold. The planning, the rehearsing, the regrets, what you should have said, what you wish you hadn't, the arguments with those not in attendance. The scheming, the longings, the cravings, the needle stuck in the mind through all the ways you make yourself real. Finally, you have no more interest in the noise and you stop listening and inhale the silence. And then the world sparkles as if after a passing rain shower, and everyone you meet seems lit from within, saying, "Hey, how are you doing?" And you know that all is well, and all things are well, and all manner of things have always been well.
Thank you. So do we have time for any questions or comments? How was your experience of sitting? I know it was very brief.
Like an hour.
Yes, when there is so much going on inside our minds all the time. But most of the time, we're not paying attention to it. But that's what actually controls our actions. Is all those stories that the poem has.
Do it for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
How is mindfulness, how do you distinguish it from either Buddhist meditation or the Christian monastic tradition of centering?
I don't think I would try to draw the distinction. I think at heart, those really are all the same thing. It's all a matter of paying attention. I mean, the price of admission to this amazing dance that we're all in is attention. And if we pay attention, we can get it.
Is there a spiritual link to mindfulness, or do you sanitize it?
Well, I practice Zen Buddhism. That's my regular practice, but the practice of mindfulness can be used in that context or a Christian context or a secular context. Does that make sense? Yeah, but great question. Yeah. Yes.
On the breathing part of it, I've read that, if you think of kids and when they play, how their breathing goes into the lower belly where you breathe in and your belly goes out, that's the best way to do this mindfulness, where you breathe in, it goes into where we normally breathe in our chest, but then bring it lower into the belly. Do the 5-second thing, breathe out, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. I don't know if that's how you think of that.
I think that's a wonderful practice, and mindfulness, well, I mean, there's so many different ways you can practice it, but doing it without judgment, without trying to control the breath, but just noticing it is really actually how we put the vehicle in neutral and let go of control. Right.
Hello. So more to Rod's question a bit is like, I do this every morning, so I like it, so it goes pretty quick. And I do it with my wife, we get coffee in the morning, we both do this together, it's sweet. But it's one thing I notice, like when I'm at church and I'm kneeling at the pew, and I'm really super relaxed and I let my mind go, I can think my thoughts for the week and my mission, what I want to do in all aspects of life. It's absolutely beautiful, but I let my mind go and I think about what I really want to do. Whereas when I'm doing this exercise, I'm trying to put all the thoughts out and not think at all. I just feel like I'm really missing out by not doing what I do in church. Now that you push the thoughts out and let them pass, why not bring them in and make an exercise like that? It's beautiful when that happens to the road.
What works best for me is not to push the thoughts out, but just notice them as they come in and go out, because our thoughts are like a breath. They come in and they go out, and by just letting them go, it's like you're inviting your friends in to your house, but the back door is open, so they just passing right through. There's a freedom. Yes.
I think it's hilarious for me when I do an exercise like this, how many things are going through my mind, you know? Like theme songs from television shows in the sixties and everything that just happened or what's going on or, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be dreaming. It's just hilarious to watch it.
Isn't it? Yeah. I mean, that's where it's all happening. So that's what I mean by virtual reality. It's all those stories that are going on all the time. And that's what's motivating us and shaping our actions. Yes.
I will say that when I first started trying this, there was the same mess that everyone's talking about in my head, and, all these thoughts, and then the thoughts were, no, don't think that, you're not supposed to think that, and then the thought was, no, don't think that you're not supposed to think that, and it was, this whole cycle of thinking, and now it's just like you said, just like clouds passing in the sky, you just go through and you just kind of observe it, but you're not focused on it.
Exactly. That's a beautiful way of saying it.
Thank you, Larry.
I think we're there. Thank you. Larry, I have a little art for art, and that was so like very interesting. I know, yeah, yourself on a different plane. That is just lovely. Thank you. Are we on? Okay, good. We need a, oh, here comes Joe.
All right, this is big now. You have a 1 in 8 chance to win somewhere. Terry, what's the number? $156. $156. Buy a piece of money. Ready? I'll let you do the picking. It's all going to pick Mark. Well, Don, you can read it. My guess. 214023. Oh, Larry, blessings. Oh. Yeah, sorry, Mark. Oh.
Well, next week there'll be just that much more money and here you go. Okay, great. All right, Dan, you have a joke for us.
Well, this is somewhere between a joke and a thought for the day, and I think it's very good for mindfulness. In the famous words of one of the researchers, I tried to think, but nothing happened.
That was great. Thank you so much. Wow, we're already, well, 2 minutes then. Happy trails. Here we go. Joe, want to lead us off with happy trails?
Friends, you are God. Friends, you
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I don't necessarily want to set them. I always get up that early anyway. It's doing very well. Anyway, I miss you and I miss doing. Don't have to sell. School. Yeah. Really, my life is. I wake up in the morning. I read the newspaper on my bed. I was reading like. Great. Yeah. Go to the website to be. Oh. And like. Everything we. Go to the website. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the best connection between the physical. There are all sorts of. Very, very good. Hold my breath. Yeah. So
Bob, I'm gonna start telling you everything your side. So you're gonna start seeing everything. But they say, "Oh, this." And no, okay, that's how it's one thing. So, yeah. And I'll help you with Spark. Spark. I got it. You're gonna plan Spark. Yeah. I better learn. You made me cry. And it's all about reading. He had heard that. It's not.
Now.
The people that speak, no, they don't speak for an hour. Okay. So I'm working on all these people. And so we can even talk about it. I'm starting a list. I'm starting 12 months of our themes. I can be sure to be the themes are in 2 months. So I would say, it's woman. Whatever literacy. So if we can, and I talked to Jerry, there's this one, her name is whatever. Got it. And she's in the Spark Nevada Club with Hawaii. And she's retired from teaching the deaf. I'm telling you, she's the best speaker I have ever heard in my life, and I cried to. Which is to me, the best speaker ever. So yeah, so I'll start giving you the and then we can talk maybe on the phone about different speakers I've already been thinking about.
Let's do it.
We should take advantage of this too, you know what I mean? We don't have to just have lots of boys or girls, you know what I mean?
Certainly, they used to people like that. And there's a vote, so. It's a Chinese group that is trying to bring what China is really up to the United States. They bonded with some right wing.
How about